let's get into it though, innit? Because we actually got quite a few things to speak about this episode, man. So obviously, welcome to episode 7. So let's just get straight into it. So the first things we wanted to speak about was obviously the trade deadline, innit? So there were a lot of trades that went down. So and a lot of trades that didn't go down that we kind of thought were gonna go down. So I guess what we'll maybe discuss is the trades that we thought were the most impactful, the trades that we thought maybe ain't gonna really make much of a difference, and then trades that we thought were gonna happen or should have happened, and teams that needed certain trades. You get me? We can even talk about the buyout market as well, because
there's a couple players in buyout.
Drummond, and the main one, Aldridge, actually, them two. Those are the main two. So I mean, anyone want to start with the
personal favorite? I like Vucevic to the Bulls, man. It's dank. I can't lie. I've been waiting. Like you kind of said it. Wendell Carter. When he came into the league, I can't lie. I thought he was going to be very good in it. And I don't. Not that he's been playing awful, but I wouldn't say his growth. Yeah, I wouldn't say his growth has been what it should have been, or what I anticipated it would be in it for the past couple of years. Apart from that, bro, like the Bulls have been playing decent this year. Zach LaVine's been doing his thing, but their team just isn't good enough. Like they're solid players, they've got a good coach now, and they've now brought in an actual genuine second star that can fill that.
Bro, he's good, man.
Bro, that's the formula, G. You got a nice 2-guard, you got a good center, and he's extremely good, like ridiculously skilled in it. So
I think
get my boy LaVine to the playoffs, man.
I think actually make it as well.
I want to see how they once again. Remember I said at first about LaVine in general. I want to see how they coexist now.
Yeah,
general,
100%.
because I'm gonna need them both to still be playing as good as they were playing, because the rest of the team is not that good. So you should both still be able to do what you've been doing, and that will be really good for both of you, because that's a good 1-2 punch, like a very good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been backing LaVine since the beginning of this pod, innit? So
time to shine.
now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always complained
down,
about his team and that, but now he really doesn't have an excuse, because their starting lineup is actually quite solid.
Yeah.
You get me? It's really solid. What, Kobe White, Zach LaVine. I can't
Obviously, he's on the bench as well. So it's
he plays off the bench?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
Who's starting now?
That Akiyano. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The tall white, right?
Oh, what, Satoransky?
No. They've got some other white.
It might be Satoransky, actually. It might be him, but I think it might be another guy.
Oh, okay.
They look the same.
But either way, but either way, they've got a good starting five. Yeah. Either way, they got a good starting five. So I feel like, first of all, there's no excuse for them to make the playoffs. They have to.
Yeah, they should be making playoffs.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has to be. And then I wouldn't say they have to win or make noise, but I feel like they got to like
proper fight.
I'll be very.
Proper fight,
If they make the playoffs, especially if they're like 8 seed, and then they maybe take like 2 games.
Yeah, I'll be
like,
well done. For
that's
half a
insane.
year. That's really good progression, and then they can make a couple moves in the off
did
season.
everything that you could have done. That's the
Guys
best
like
thing.
Kobe White's going to continue to grow, bro.
Yeah,
I actually think he's mad nice. I actually like his game a lot,
He's
man.
good.
Because I feel like what Chicago need to do is they need to make sure they keep LaVine, and I think that's what they're trying to do with this Vucevic, because that's a big pickup.
That was so brilliant.
That's a really big. Like, I thought he was going. There was a lot of other places that I thought he was going to go.
Going to Boston as well.
Yeah.
Do you know
Get me?
Vucevic, fam? He's
an all-star, bro.
Baller.
He's scoring 43
was
points,
the
19
best.
rebounds, and all that.
He was probably by far the best player that got traded.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I guess somewhat in it. But I know your favorite trade is not this one. I know your favorite trade already, man.
my favorite trade, obviously, my man got injured. So I don't really know how life is for him now, but obviously it's Victor Oladipo to Miami. I don't know how well they're gonna do everything now, because he just moved there, and obviously the playoffs might be soon. But I feel like he's a piece that to the puzzle that they were kind of missing, because they had a lot of guards that were great at shooting, but they had Jimmy and Bam. But maybe someone that's a guard that can get his own shots and stuff is something that they really, really needed, because he might not be the best shooter, but he's always going to be able to distribute to shooters anyway. And
once Dragic went down last season, they didn't have a creator. You get me? He would have been big. You get me?
Yeah,
You
you get it. So for that, especially in the East, where the playoffs are still like, you see what Miami done last year, even if they're the 5th seed.
Yeah, you can still make it.
You can roll your way.
It's
in.
open.
Make a
It's
big
open.
If he is playing like almost up to how he was playing when he was an All-Star, for me, I'm waiting to see that series in it. I find that so exciting in it, and and he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. Obviously, he got injured, so I just want to see how that pans out.
Bounce back, kind of.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
I'm happy for him,
that's what
because
I'm worried
Rockets
about.
were
Terrible.
Horrific.
So bad.
The man blew like a 20-point lead.
That John Wall was violated.
Hey,
man.
they were 101 of.
I was that game
Bro,
as
you know
well.
John Wall went like 6 for 30 with like 7 turnovers.
Fam.
I think like he's
But
got to
he
deal
don't
with
care.
management to like lose, you know. I think so because the way he's playing is mad, like in a bad way, innit? Like he's playing.
Did you watch the game
really,
yesterday?
yeah, bro.
Bro, I think he missed like 5 layups in a row.
Yeah. Fam, he's playing and he's not passing. Like he's trying to take all the shots. Like I don't know what's going through his
I
head.
think he don't care no more. Like he didn't. He feels like I don't deserve.
He's
this,
been
what's
paid
happening.
though, man. Like what you
think
angry
everything's
about, bro?
delayed.
He's got.
I think everything's
You know, like-
I think it's just been everything's been thrown on his head. I can't lie.
You know that when you come back from like injury or when you haven't played for a while, and you expect your body to do things. So in your head, you're finishing,
It might
like you
be
cross
that,
man
it
and
might
that.
be that, yeah,
You've done all the matting, but
He's not doing
it's
it in
not
real
coming
life.
through, bro. I think he can't
even jump
It's
no
not
more.
translating.
He can't
Yeah,
jump,
yeah,
man's
yeah.
not playing for like a couple weeks and that, and then
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is what he's gonna get, man. I hesitate, but he's still there. I'm like, what's going on?
We
So
know.
if you've been, if you mash up,
He was still there.
bro, like if you put, like if you leave the injuries he's gone through, didn't he tear like his Achilles dropping down the stairs or something? Like,
There was a mad thing,
that's
so,
got
or
to
having
do
a
something to
shower
your
or
mental.
something like
Yeah,
that.
bro,
Yeah,
like-
that's what he tore
He was
his
literally
Achilles. He
walking
was
down
in
the-
his house.
He's walking
And he
down
just
the stairs
like,
or something.
yeah, just tore his
Fuck
Achilles,
That's
bro.
the worst way ever, man.
For it to
Yeah,
be
man.
like it's not even a basketball
That's
injury.
sad, man.
He's one of the man where he came from like what's defined as the old school. He's playing through injuries. He's trying to fight for his team and this that. And like we saw what happened with IT, but we respect it. But
But you know what's kind of annoying me
not
with
gonna
John
work for
Wall, is, you know, I'd understand if he was put back into a terrible situation, but I feel like the team that he's been put into are pretty good.
yeah,
And I feel like he can make it. Like if John Wall was to play a certain way,
can
that
make it
team
work.
could be a playoff team, could be a 8-7 seed. Because obviously they've had injuries, so that you know makes a difference. But bro, like I feel like they've been healthy enough. Maybe not actually, because they have had quite a few injuries. But even still, like now, it's just like, bro, this guy just don't care.
James,
Like,
I don't disagree with you, but has John Wall ever really been that different?
he
If we look
hasn't.
at- so
But
for me, he's always been weirdly a good passer. But if you look at like, obviously your all-star level teammates or your talented teammates always step up when you're injured. But Bradley Beal's growth without John Wall is almost a testament to how John Wall, to an extent, because when Bradley Beal started to come up, there's all this beef and friction between them. There's all these rumors and that. They're obviously saying it's nothing and they're still close, and they probably are close as people.
Yeah.
But Westbrook and Harden are close as people.
no, I mean, bro, at the end of the day,
Like,
Bill said
they held
Westbrook
him.
is the best teammate he's ever had.
You said already?
Yeah,
After like 3 months,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
losing when he said that. They haven't started winning yet.
Yeah.
So
He
it's
said he's
like-
you know what I'm saying?
One thing is that everyone that plays with Westbrook loves Westbrook. I don't know why.
I don't think he's a bad teammate.
Yeah,
He's not a bad teammate.
everyone
He
loves
just
him,
does
like-
dumb shit at the wrong time.
Yeah.
He's passionate,
I
man.
just feel like
And his passion doesn't
You know,
go right all the time.
with Houston, it's like everything has just been bad since like the Harden thing.
Let's not stay on this too long, though. Innit?
Yeah, so obviously they got what was it? They got a new coach and he's crying on the stand or whatever, and that so there's no way to fix this. Like no one knows what's happening over there, so
They gotta blow it up, man.
yeah,
yeah,
100%.
they do.
They gotta blow it up. But yeah, man.
Silas deserves a second chance though. He shouldn't be fired.
Yeah, no, I think he's decent, man. I think he's a decent. He's been in the game for years, man. Yeah, I'm saying he deserves
This
his
is
chance.
a horrid way to get your first chance.
Yeah,
honestly.
man,
That's
that's
what
bad.
Like, imagine your leader being John. Like, you see that time where
That's my
he ran a play, like he ran a pick and roll, it was meant to be pick and roll with Christian Wood for the end of the game shot, and then John Wall just took a free from like the logo or some shit, and like he bricked it or airballed.
He ain't been making
And
free
like,
since
yeah,
ever, bro.
and it's like, bruv, listen to your coach, man. But yeah, cool. So yeah, that's yours. Oladipo. Who's your
I have to go
trader
with
there?
Vucevic, the same as well.
Vucevic, cool. Mine personally, obviously, I kind of wanted to do I wanted to do the Vucevic one, but there were actually a few. I think there were quite a few key trades. I mean, bruv, Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets is a big one.
Big.
Like, even though he may not seem like a big piece, like he's consistent. Do you get me? He's a good defender. He's athletic. He can shoot. He's a good spot free shooter. Do you get me? Like he's gonna
Alright,
he's gonna
it's a bit
be
streaky. So when
bruv.
he catches hot, you kind of
yeah. And on the Magic, he was like the second option. He's gonna be like a fourth option on the Nuggets.
But this is the problem. Do you actually think Aaron Gordon can? Because I think the reason he hasn't almost done as well as he should have on Orlando, I don't really know if he can take the backseat. I think he still thinks he's the first guy.
I think so, but I don't. It's not gonna work on the Nuggets. He's
Of course, it's not
gonna
going to
be able
work.
do
But do you
that.
think
get
he
me?
can? Because he's realistically, his job is to replace Jeremy Grant, but be slightly more skilled.
I think.
I think he can- do you think
I think he'll be
actually
calm with
do
that,
it?
man. Because the thing is, I mean, the thing is, obviously, right now, what's his name? MPJ is going crazy in it. So obviously, that's gonna be. We know the starting five. Aaron Gordon is gonna come off the bench, and he knows this. Do you get me? He at the end of the day, he told the Magic.
I think he's gonna start. I think Millsap's gonna.
Yeah,
Millsap, my bad. I forgot about Millsap. Yeah. But bro, if Aaron Gordon's starting, like that's a crazy lineup, and I think he'll fit in nicely, man, because he's gonna get so many easy buckets from Jamal Murray running around, from 100%. Jokic having the ball in the post.
Jokic being the post.
From, you know what I'm saying?
I haven't thought about that because he's never had this many easy.
Never,
ever.
With Jokic on your team, he's someone that also makes it easier for a lot of his teammates, innit?
Yeah.
And Aaron Gordon's gonna eat off that, man. He's gonna eat off that. I hope anyway, because I feel like the Nuggets is also like the dark horse in this situation.
Then there's obviously
they got McGee as well, so
exactly.
They added,
that was a good.
So now Jokic
that's a very good pickup. So now the second
good
unit can defend it very well as well.
Then there was next one is Fournier to Celtics. That's another good pickup, I think. For the bench, I think he's gonna come off the bench, right?
Probably.
He's gonna start.
No, he's gonna start. Marcus Smart can come off the bench.
Impossible.
I think that's gonna
You
happen.
think the Celtics are gonna put someone off the bench? That would be terrible.
I heard that.
No, Marcus Smart has always been good off the bench.
I think he's been crazy starting. Did you not see what man was doing yesterday, blood? He went crazy, fam.
I understand what you mean, but to be honest, Marcus Smart is very effective off the bench, and
I think Fournier will be better off the
too
bench.
many components. I think like I know that they that's what the Celtic system is about, but I think that having Kemba, Smart, Brown, Tatum, I think that's too much.
I think Fournier will be better. I think
Fournier just slips in better than.
I feel like I get his point because you see how we were violating Celtics bench in general.
Yeah,
like Fournier, you're a good player regardless in it, but they're focusing on these man. Look, Kemba always shoots. That's the first thing. And you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Like, you're not getting those shots.
That's what I'm like. Yeah, that's a great point.
Like, Marcus Smart is someone that can.
Also, as in he'll get to be free.
Bro, Fournier off the bench. Take any shot you want, bro. Do what you want.
With Marcus
he's
Smart,
like Karis LeVert on the Nets.
With Marcus Smart, Marcus Smart is the big, like, of all the Celtics, the happiest doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
And when he gets hot, he just gets hot and does
what
he wants.
Yeah.
And everyone gives him the ball when he's hot anyway because he can tell anyone what he wants in that team.
If we watch Fournier with Magic, like he's a scorer, like he demands the ball.
They'll probably get equal minutes, or he'll probably look at their bench. He'll probably still play like 20-something minutes, man.
Yeah, definitely
25 minutes somehow.
Yeah, man. But you know what? An underrated trade that I saw that might make a big difference was Rondo to the Clippers.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah,
that's a big one, man.
A big piece.
If Rondo can do what he does,
don't stay injured.
I think like Rondo, we all know Rondo is going to turn up in the playoffs. That's just him. He's like a majority of veterans.
He's going to give them that confidence they need, man. Especially people like Paul George and that.
And that no nonsense attitude. And there's a thing where you can't chat shit to him because he's done it on multiple occasions.
And he done it last year. Not like
that's what's funny as well. Like, it's very recent.
Yeah. I am the piece you need, so you get it. And then Reggie Jackson and them man can just
sit on the bench, man. Come in for 5 minutes and move.
I don't like Reggie Jackson, but I like what he's doing in the Clipper system this year. At least he's scoring to a decent clip. I can't lie.
I just hate him.
He's crap.
I just feel like when it comes down to with him, he's just not going to perform.
I think he's good coming off the bench as just a person that can get some shots.
No, I think that when there's no pressure on him, he can do what he wants.
Him dribbling the ball is pressure to him for some reason, and I don't know why.
I hear you. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, man.
Rondo was a good pickup.
Definitely. Everyone got better, and I was so scared that Lakers were going to get Kyle Lowry. That would have been so stupid.
The reason that Rondo works so well for the Lakers is because the Lakers have such a clear hierarchy, and nobody, kind of Kuzma, he didn't quite want to, but he's just a young guy. He's excited and can actually get buckets, so it's okay to let him be a bit wild over there. The Clippers, we've all said this about like why Kawhi struggles because their hierarchy, their structural system is just non-existent.
You don't think he's going to bring some structure to that?
I don't know if.
Because he's not better than them.
I don't know if they'll adhere to the system in the same way because the system doesn't already exist. As in, I don't know if he's enough to bring a system in and of himself. Kawhi's not vocal enough to do it, even though he's the player that should do it. Whereas LeBron will actively be vocal, and that's how we helped establish it.
I think Rondo can come in and do that.
PG, as much as he's talented and that, he's not like. I don't know. I don't know. He might be able to. He probably can.
No, I think it's just whether the players buy into the fact that Rondo. If they can buy into the fact that Rondo is probably the leader,
that general,
he's the leader, the floor general.
If they can take that in, then
everything can click. But if not, then everything can just be like how when Lou was there, nothing.
I think with the Clippers, that after what happened last year, they needed something to make them like believe in themselves again, innit?
Yeah.
And the way everyone was talking in the off season about someone like Rondo, CP3 coming. And like we're getting closer towards the end. I feel like this might switch them on.
Yeah.
And it can have that effect. And going towards the end of the season like that is the best thing. So if it goes well and they enter the playoffs like that and all of them are confident, because, we just need someone to give Paul George that reassurance and he'll probably play better.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Rondo really focuses on things like that,
then he can make an impact.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they are good players and it is a good team at the end of the day, but we just know what's going to happen in the playoffs. So if we can avoid that, then...
And Rondo's the best player to do that.
For me, it just means that I'm going to... The scariest thing is the Lakers now, innit? Because LeBron's out for so long.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know what seed they're going to be because all the teams are so close in terms of their actual wins and losses.
Lakers are going to be a playing team, bro. They're going to be beefing with the Warriors and that.
Do you know what it is? I like how you see with the Lakers, even they won last night as well.
But I get Marc Gasol.
Yeah, that's the bro.
Why did we ever do that?
I don't know. I don't understand that. I still don't understand because they had Dwight Howard right there, and they said
I'd rather take Marc Gasol.
I think this period is like it's a make or break in it, but I think this is gonna benefit the Lakers more than it's gonna hurt
all the
Lakers.
rest of them are gonna
it's gonna allow the role players to now switch on and get a good flow of the offense without LeBron and AD. Obviously, when LeBron and AD come back,
I hear you.
Let's stay on track in it.
Yeah, but let me just end it there.
Yeah, I hear you in it. Like, so obviously, in regards to, so obviously wanted to kind of speak about trades that didn't happen that maybe we thought were going to. So obviously I've got a couple here that I can probably just throw out. So obviously we'll start off with obviously Kyle Lowry. So there was big interest. I think Miami wanted him, Sixers wanted him, Lakers wanted him. I think even Knicks wanted him. Bare people wanted him, but he ended up staying. Like, why? Who do you think he should have gone to someone? What's going on with Kyle Lowry, man?
This is the perfect example of once someone wants someone, everyone wants them. And like the need for Kyle Lowry from all these teams was so high. Like he's gonna be the reason you're gonna win the championship now. It was so crazy that why are you willing to take that contract? Just leave it. Yeah. I'm happy that no one took him.
Well, so you don't think Kyle Lowry's a difference maker?
Maybe Philly would have done more, but for me, that would have probably been the best one out of the teams. Not Lakers. I think that would have been
the Clippers. I can't know.
Ooh.
Because
obviously they got Rondo
Kawhi's relationship as well.
That would have been a good one. But there was no way they were getting Lowry. I don't think they had enough.
The contract's too mad for them to even try.
And I'm talking about mainly the contract, innit? Obviously, it can make a difference, but
it was just too much.
So you don't think he would have been worth it? Like, so you say you don't think he would have been worth it for?
Do you know what I think it is? Honestly, if you're in championship contention. And
he is a free agent though, end of the season.
End of the season, yeah. If you're in championship contention, what he did, like we all know that Fred VanVleet, that was like the little bucket getter. He was crazy, but in terms of the way that he galvanizes a team, Lowry is very, very good at that, innit? So if
don't you think that's just because he's been in Toronto and the place loves him that much? We ain't seen him anywhere else.
No, I kind of think that's just who he is.
Yeah, but do you have enough time to do that in the next 2 months?
If your team's already in championship contention, yeah.
So who do you think he would have made the biggest difference to then?
Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers or Clippers. Who, if he was the Lakers, would you give up Taylor and Horn Tucker for him?
Yes. And Schroeder.
I wouldn't give up Schroeder. I would give up.
Was it that too?
It was
3 players. It was KCP. It was Schroeder. And it was
I'm not giving him up for that though.
That's too much.
Are you sure that's what they wanted?
No, they wanted what's my man? Harrell.
No, it was those 3 they wanted, and they said we're not.
They wanted to give 3 guards for one. There's no way that was.
They didn't want to give them. They wanted Raptors wanted them. Wanted that trade.
Lakers said no.
This is probably why.
Yeah, the Lakers said no at THT.
I would have traded THT for him.
No, but they wanted only everyone and THT.
I hear it, but I'm saying
that's bad.
Everyone, I'm saying if you're talking about THT being like the sticking point, that's like the whole Miami Heat with Tyler Hero and that, bro. Send that young boy over there somewhere and tell him to figure out.
I'm already giving you Dennis Schroeder. And who was the other person? Schroeder and
I wouldn't give up Schroeder for him.
KCP, and then that's too much, man.
That's what role players gone, man.
Because KCP is gonna, you get me. He's an important piece in my eyes, even if he's not playing as well. Like,
to be honest, I wouldn't give up Schroeder for him, innit? Honestly, I don't think he.
If it was just, I don't think that's the thing though. Toronto didn't want, because of how much they rate Kyle Lowry, they were not gonna take KCP and THT. That's not
why he's still there.
No, yeah, obviously. And then I swear they wanted teams to also promise him like an extra 2 years or something, 25 million or something like that. No.
The asking price was ridiculous, but just as a contracts aside, as a player, I think he could have impacted the team very well.
Maddest thing is, I'm reading this now, and literally the only reason they didn't do it is because of Taylor Horton Tucker.
Yeah, that's
like they wanted to do Schroeder, Harrell, and KCP.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, okay.
All 3 of them.
They wanted to do that for Kyle Lowry.
That's still way too much.
Lakers wanted to do that, you man. Schroeder, KCP, and
I just want to say this is.
They probably would have got someone else back as well, but it wouldn't have been anyone key.
It made a difference.
That's too many people.
Way too much, man. I'm so sorry.
I can't lie. It's not like those people are not important right now to your team.
100%. I don't.
Yeah.
I think that was wild. I'll be honest.
No, that's crazy, man. Toronto would have hit the bag with that.
100%. That's crazy.
Next one.
Done absolutely nothing with it.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would have violated. But anyway, next one, Lonzo. Do we think he should have stayed?
upset.
Gone? Where?
I think
I'm upset that he didn't move. I can't lie to you. I think
Where
he
would you
would've-
have gone though?
Two places that could have made a big difference to that franchise could have been the Clippers and Chicago. Chicago mostly.
Clippers ain't got
I
nothing
want
to
to
give,
Chicago.
man. People keep saying Clippers. Clippers ain't got pieces.
Yeah, they have no trade.
Like, who they gonna trade for
No,
Lonzo?
I'm just talking in general of him fitting into the team, not the aspect of what they got for him.
Yeah.
But in most generally, I think it's the Bulls, because if you mix him with Levine and Vucevic,
Yeah.
that's a
And then
good.
get Kobe White coming off the bench. So.
But
Yeah,
who knows?
that's a
They
flipping
could have had to get rid of him though. You never know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I was seeing that apparently the trade was centered. The Chicago one was centered around marketing.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought they were trying to get rid of
Yeah,
Mark.
because they said they didn't like how he plays with. They said they don't think he would fit with Vucevic. Apparently, that's what I was seeing.
He fits
But-
anything right now.
But obviously, I mean, I obviously like Lonzo staying because obviously I like the Pelicans in it, and I feel like they just need to. I feel like that team, that core is crazy. Like Lonzo, Zion, and Bi could be such a crazy three, but I feel like they need the right coaching, and they just need a full year, like just do what you want
I
kind of
think the
thing.
biggest challenge will be BI, you know.
I think the reason why he's a big challenge because obviously he has he has the biggest ego. I feel like he thinks he wants to be the number one. Do you get me?
Everyone told
And
him you're that guy, fam.
yeah, and he has the skill to be, but when you have somebody like Zion who can go 16 for 19, do you get me?
You know,
Like
Zion-
he don't miss,
He
bro.
has got the
Like,
touch around
He's
got
got
the
the
skill
skill,
and
stupid, man.
he's got he's the position.
Yeah.
Like because he's the wing, he should.
Yeah,
technically be
yeah,
the
he
starter.
should be the number
So
one.
It's difficult for him to not be the one
Yeah.
option, and for him to
Yeah.
accept not being the one option.
Yeah.
Zion just
But
such
Alonso,
a
like-
nice guy, man. You just know I'm just happy to play.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can even tell in his interviews and that, like he's not demanding. And the thing is, he probably needs to be because it's either gonna be he demands and makes changes, or he doesn't and he's gonna leave.
Like you score 26 off cleaning up everyone's messes practically, or
Yeah.
fixing people's problems. That's it. Demand the ball, bro. You average like 32, bro.
Every time he touches the ball, something good happens.
That's the goal, fam.
Every time. Like, come on. And I don't know why the team hasn't clocked that
I
yet.
think,
but
like with Pelicans, the problem definitely isn't getting Lonzo out. That's not what. That's
Lonzo's
not
calm,
gonna
bro.
fix anything. You get it. Just try keep it as them, and they all like each other. I think the players still like each other. It's the coaching that they might have.
The
issues.
thing is, they wanted to trade Lonzo when he wasn't performing.
Yeah.
I don't think they have any issue keeping this version of Lonzo because
When he picked up his game,
balling. Do you get
Like,
it?
he's
Yeah,
playing better, and you lot are just like, yep, that gives him more worth in terms of the trade
Word.
value. So buy. You didn't.
See what happens in the free agency period because he's a restricted free agent.
Yeah.
Oh, is it this year?
Yeah. So
Cut, man.
we'll see if they match it in it.
I think they'll.
Or they do a sign and trade. They'll do one of the two, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because they can't lose him for nothing.
And even Lavar was talking smack about New Orleans.
Yeah,
So
that's
Varney's
what
to
I think
Sure.
that guy
He
just
gets
talks though,
involved.
man. Like I don't even know if Lonzo even really
you don't.
Fuck
is
with
that.
him.
Yeah, you know. What I'm saying? I don't know if he really that close with his dad anymore. So how's his dad knowing that he don't like the Pelicans? Because we can tell that Lonzo has tried to separate himself from his dad because his dad
And that
messed
it
him
actually
up
worked
when he
for
came
him.
in.
So just
You get me, fam? So yeah, but you know what? Actually, let's quickly speak about Drummond. Just where do you guys think you'd want? Where do you think the best
Lakers
place to go?
deserve him at this point. They've taken too
You
many.
think that's the best place
L's,
for him to go?
man. Obviously, yeah, man. I want him in the Lakers.
Just get rid of Marc Gasol. And just
No, they need him. They need him, man. Lakers
Actually,
ain't been getting no. Like, they ain't got nothing.
I think he could be. I
Yeah,
think.
Lakers.
Yeah, I think he's all right. I don't think he's as good as like. I don't know why that many teams want him. I don't think he's as good as the amount of teams
See
that
what
want him.
happens once teams want you, everyone starts talking
Yeah.
about you. Bears, like
I don't think he's because I think he's not great around the rim. I mean, he's a decent rebounder.
Very
but-
good rebounder.
Yeah, very good rebounder. Sorry, but his defense is not that. Like he's not
Yeah.
defensively
it's
great.
just
like
there's nothing else the
just a big
Lakers
body.
can get
So it
right
is-
now. I
I
feel
just feel like
that will just even it up a bit because other teams
you're
have been
just a
getting
better
better.
block of body than Marc Gasol.
yeah,
right now.
yeah, He's
So
more
if we
energy,
can exchange
faster.
you lot,
Yeah,
yeah, just put him in. I don't
Yeah.
like. I wouldn't say, oh, we need Drummond and that.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
We just don't need Marc Gasol.
It's a massive upgrade.
And
know
I'd
it
just
is?
rather
It's
have.
like-
I would rather get LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, of course, but he's trying to go to Brooklyn, I swear.
Probably.
He's
Still trying to fucking
go
go
Miami
Brooklyn.
still.
Oh,
I would
so
much
Oh,
rather
yeah,
LaMarcus
yeah, yeah,
Aldridge.
yeah.
that's crazy. Miami will be That would be
Yo,
nasty.
Miami will put
'Cause that would
themselves
be-
straight in
That
contention,
would be
fam.
perfect for AD
For
though,
what?
because AD wants to
Yeah,
play
that's
the
what I'm
forward.
saying. Because
And Aldridge can actually bang inside. He's actually decent, like defensively. He's got quick hands and that.
yeah,
You know what? Brush Drummond. Yo, LaMarcus, please.
I don't think he's gonna come though. I think Drummond.
I
The
doubt
only
it as
thing
well.
they need is someone that can play enough minutes so that AD can, because he wants to play the four anyway, innit? So
Do you think Aldridge and AD could really?
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So for AD to still average 30 and whatever, and LeBron to do his numbers, Drummond will be a nice piece to be better than Marc Gasol, and so that AD don't have to play the 5 because he hates it so much.
No, I'd like to see Drummond go to the Hornets. I wish LaMelo was there, but
we need a winner to get him right at this point. I think the Lakers.
I
deserve it.
don't think Drummond makes a difference to a winner. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't
to you.
think he's a good addition to the
I
Lakers?
think he's just.
I think he'll be a good addition, but I think we're gonna realize sooner rather than later that he's a bad player.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I
get
said
you,
he's
but
a
I don't
better
think-
block of human.
I don't think
Yeah.
LeBron.
So
I
that's
don't
literally
think
the only reason I want
LeBron
him.
needs a great player. You get it?
I think
That's why.
he's just an energy player.
I don't necessarily agree with that. You know,
Well, you think LeBron needs a great player? Right
he doesn't need a great player. Right? I'm not saying that's right
He's a
now. I'm
competent
saying
player.
right now. Or
okay.
in general.
Look at the Lakers' composition last year, bro. Dwight
They were
Howard
perfect. They
was
were set
fucking
perfectly,
good.
bro.
JaVale McGee was very good, and JaVale McGee is very good at doing exactly what you tell him for 4 minutes, losing his head for 30
And
seconds,
then getting 2 fouls in
sitting
quick
on the bench,
succession. Yeah.
minding his business.
Yeah.
He
You
wanted
know
to
what?
sit on the bench.
Honestly,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, yeah.
he does that shit very fucking
Yeah.
well.
He does what he needs to do.
Dwight Howard did nothing but his job last year, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, grab boards, good passes, set screens.
I think
Fast
Drummond
back,
is
only
a
thing-
much
only
lesser
thing-
version of Dwight, in my opinion. Even Dwight right now, who's been in the league for much longer than Drummond, is still
Better than him.
moving quicker, running up and down, grabbing every board, playing crazy defense. Like Dwight, you know what I'm saying?
Man ain't know what Drummond in it.
Like,
Man, I don't watch Drummond in it. I just think that the Lakers haven't just got anything from this.
No, but it's-
I think he's alright.
And
He's alright.
he averages 14 rebounds or something like
He's
this.
a
He
decent
drops-
scorer in the paint, and he's
he
a
drops
great
a little
rebounder.
20 rebound game every couple of months, and was like, "Oh, this guy's amazing."
No, he just averages 14 rebounds. Calm,
No,
fam.
he
I
gets
don't
his
care.
rebounds. Not every couple months.
Rebound outlet
gets- No,
LeBron.
I'm saying-
Fam, look, fam, rebound outlet LeBron. Caught AD lob. Done.
No, you know, he's good. Like he's good for what he does in it. But I feel
You
like
don't need much more from him. The Lakers, obviously, they don't need anyone anyway. It's just that
You know what Femi
Clippers
said,
got
though?
someone.
I would
This
say
person got
he's a bit
someone.
overvalued. I feel like.
Yeah, but that happens. I think the same thing was for me with Kyle Lowry in it. But
I hear it.
we can agree to disagree with that one.
yeah, man. So I don't think there's anything else. I think those were the main ones. But hold on 1 second. Let me check something quickly.
Lonzo. Fam.
That guy's hot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at Drummond's stats. He's a calm in it, but I mean,
What is
he's
his
a big
stats like?
averaging 47% field goal.
What does he do in terms of points and rebounds?
16 points.
That's around.
16 points and 13 rebounds.
Yeah, that's calm. Like Lakers don't need much.
But if you're doing that on,
What does Gasol?
But he's doing
do?
that on the
Thing is,
Cavs though. Do
that's
you
what
think
I'm
he'll be
saying,
doing
you're
that
doing
on?
all of
What's
these
Gasol
things
doing,
on
fam?
abysmal teams, bro?
Yeah, but like
No,
Not
but
bad.
Rebounding,
let's
bro.
not paint him out to be a bum. He can actually do. You can
Like
actually
Lakers,
get-
I'm
get
saying
the
that
job.
Lakers
Okay,
not
already
bad.
there
let's say this.
anyway.
Let's say this. Bro.
I'm saying
Honestly,
this is-
we've
You man
all
are
been-
talking like he's a bum.
No,
we've all
bro,
been talking
what,
about-
bruv, all I'm
hear
saying-
me.
this is-
We've all been talking basketball with each other for at least 5 years between us man alone. I promise you, when we talked about centers, not one of us, and I mean not one of us, have ever said Andre Drummond's name and given a crap.
But no, my point,
today.
my point isn't that Drummond's a bum. My point is that I don't think he's going to be the thing that
difference
pushes. Oh, yeah, I don't think he's going to push a team over the edge. I think he can help, but I don't think you get Drummond and that you're closer
Okay,
to a
right
championship.
here, right
to
now,
me.
I know what you mean. I
If you
feel you.
could drop Dwight Howard or Drummond into all of the teams we spoke about, every single team in the right man is taking
my
Dwight.
point here is that Lakers, okay, with obviously the injuries just happened, but Lakers are already our favourites to go maybe to the finals potentially.
Yeah.
So Marc Gasol, Drummond, like just a little touch
I
better.
just said that.
You
It's
get
a better
you get a
body
touch
than
better.
you.
So like you already there. It's not like they're now going to be there. Lakers were already there. It's just that just more firepower in terms of that, and that's what I feel like.
But then you got to remember.
And then I agree with you guys, which is Drummond is not that good, so he won't make a difference for anyone else. You get it? Like everyone else,
yeah.
I just
there won't
want
be no
him,
difference. But
I just
Lakers were
want him
already
to
there.
replace Marc Gasol.
Yeah, but that's
Well, okay,
that's
you know-
why he's the most beneficial to the Lakers.
let me ask you something
Yeah,
quickly.
that's my point.
Let me ask you.
Because it's addition by
When
subtraction.
everyone's fit, does Draymond? Does Drummond start?
They might need him to, maybe.
You
think that works with AD?
Maybe because AD wants to play the four so much. Maybe
reckon
I don't
he
know
might,
yet.
you know, yeah.
I don't know.
You think
yet.
I don't know because he takes up space. The thing with Gasol is
Can shoot.
can shoot,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he
yeah,
goes
true,
out there
But if they wanted to replace Gasol, then maybe
but
he'll just come off the bench.
But you look last year.
Last year
they had Dwight
so.
can't shoot, so it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, what's it called? Gasol don't start in it.
He does
when he's fit.
Harold comes to the bench.
Yeah.
But I think even for Harold, it's a nice addition because Harold is kind of undersized.
But Harold means that AD's playing a 5 role even if he's not in the 5
obviously,
spot.
at the end of the game, it might be a lineup that they just choose, which is fine.
Yeah,
but in a situation where now, when we're coming off the bench, Marc Gasol can barely play and Harold's undersized.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Drummond could therefore help. I just personally don't think he's that much of a big addition, but you man are making a great point, and he will help.
Yeah, the Lakers and no one else will benefit from him because, like you said, he's not that good.
Literally.
Yeah,
but
so
this is what I'm saying. It's addition by subtraction.
Yeah,
because it's getting rid of Marc Gasol.
Yeah, that guy is just taking a piss, man.
Yeah, let's move on in it. So cool. So look, we've spoken about the trades now. Obviously, we're speaking about BI before in it, and I wanted to speak about like Robin's in it. So like obviously Batman to Robin, blah blah blah, whatever. So you know, there's a few players who are really good second options. And then there are some players who are first options, but we believe
would be better
if